Welcome back. Meteorologist Caitlin Lohr joins us once again, and I think a lot of people like me yesterday, Caitlin, were hoping for those fireworks, watching the radar all night, but it kept changing as we kept going throughout later in the night.
Yeah, and as I like to say, there's always a reason why something happens or doesn't happen in the world of weather and meteorology, and there is actually a couple of reasons why that severe weather chance really fizzled out as the day went on. So let's talk about that, because I know a lot of you guys are wondering what happened. No, we just weren't wrong. I know a lot of people like to blame the meteorologist. Oh, they're just wrong. Must be nice to be paid to be wrong and things like that. That's not what happened. We can't help when things change. So here's a little bit of rundown on how and why we get severe weather. You need an unstable atmosphere for severe weather to form or develop. For that unstable atmosphere to come about, you need things like sunshine, which leads to heating and increased moisture. You need winds changing with direction as you go higher into the atmosphere. We call it veering or backing, and that's when they turn clockwise around as you go up higher in the atmosphere. Not rotation, they're just different wind directions as you head up higher. You also need something called lift, and that could be a frontal system. It could be orographic lift, meaning weather moving up a mountain, things like that, which we don't have mountains, but we did have the lift, and that lift source was our cold front. Now, what happened to this is cloud coverage prevented these ingredients that are needed to make that unstable atmosphere. Now, we were looking at some cloud coverage initially through the mid to late morning hours, and eventually that cloud coverage was supposed to break apart. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, because we were spared from that severe weather, that cloud coverage never broke apart like it was supposed to through the afternoon hours. So the lack of those ingredients led to that lack of thunderstorm development. However, we still had a cold front move through, much weaker than anticipated. We did get very light amount of rainfall here at the station. Other areas did get closer to a tenth and maybe a quarter of an inch a little more west of us because rain fizzled out as it moved eastward. Now, because of that cold front, even though it was weak, we've got pleasant conditions moving forward. A little bit of cloud coverage out there right now, but sunshine mixed in. Temperature is fantastic. 64 in Marshall and Slayton with 71 here in Mankato, St. Peter, Blue Earth, and Estherville with up to 74 in Mason City. Winds have also shifted from yesterday, now coming out of the northwest up to about 15 miles an hour. Occasional gusts reaching up to 20. Satellite radar imagery showing that we are still dealing with a little bit of cloud coverage, but in general, majority of the area mostly sunny. As we take a look at the futurecast, we are going to become mostly sunny across the area by this afternoon, and then we're going to stay mostly clear and quiet going into tomorrow, with more sunshine on the way for tomorrow. A few passing clouds here and there. We'll see a little bit more cloud coverage moving into Friday afternoon with a chance for a couple isolated thunderstorms. Today, though, lots of sunshine on the way with a high of 74 degrees by this afternoon. Tonight, staying comfortable with a low of 51 degrees by tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We're looking at those mid-70s through the rest of this week. Isolated chances for a few storms on Saturday and Friday with a greater chance of storms possible on Sunday. But those temperatures staying in those low 80s through next week.
Just perfect weather to get outside if you want.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. Well, you scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream, and that's what